What's going on? How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully getting ready for some pumps. I'm a little bit sick today, so I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, but I'm very happy. Happy because some good times are ahead. Happy as Cappy. So, Cappy the KRC20 token, which you should actually go buy. You can pump my back. Actually, I think it's trading really low. It's like a 30K market cap right now. Anyway, so what's going on? Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. Global M2 money supply is pumping, and as we have been seeing and seeing throughout history, that means that assets are going to pump as well, and that includes Bitcoin, and then it's going to include the alts. So yeah. Good stuff today. Now today there was a dip. There was a dip today because of some news in the financial news that came out. But things are looking good overall, and it dipped for a couple hours and then just recovered back to pretty much where it was. Everything is back to almost everything is back to where it was, especially Bitcoin, right? 94, it's just staying around 94, just hovering there. But yeah, fear and greed, it's yellow, good stuff going on. How is crypto bubbles looking? Yeah, it's a mix of red and green. Yeah, things are turning back to green. Yeah, they're gonna recover from that dip. So yeah, it was a strange dip. I was sick today. I was looking through the economics reports, which I'm going to show you in a second. And for some reason, I didn't even think to check the markets. I was looking through the economic reports. That's what happens when you're sick. I think something like that happened with me with Pippin, like 3 or 4 some odd months ago. There is, for those of you who don't know, yeah, we got this software in my community that just goes out there and finds really good plays, really good coins. And it found a token called Pippin. And I was like, I don't know how old it was at the time. You know, we find them when they're like brand new, a few days old, a couple weeks old. And I was like, you know, this is pretty good. I sent a message to my community and I was like, this looks pretty good. It had its initial pump. It came back down. It has a double bottom. I'm feeling strong about this one. And then it was like, it was like 4 months ago. I was like, I went and took a nap because I was feeling sick, like right now. And I woke up and it was like a God candle. I was like, please go back down. Please go back down. Please go back down. Yeah, and it didn't go back down. It pumped 13x, man, just because I was sick and I wanted to take a nap, right? So anyways, yeah, today, I don't know, for some reason, there was some crazy news out there, which I'll get into in a moment, and it caused the markets to dump everywhere. It was like a couple hours later, I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I didn't even think about the markets, but let's get into that. Yeah, so here's the economic news. So here's FinViz. We got all these reports came out today, quite a few of them, right? So we did have some contraction when it comes to employment. The ADP employment change. This got to take with a grain of salt. Sometimes it could be a little wacky. I don't necessarily know why. Like maybe ADP has to do with payrolls, and they control the payrolls of a lot of contractors. You know, like a software engineer at a company that's not a full-time employee and they're a contractor. Maybe some companies are not just hiring new contractors right now, which is, you know, obvious because of the tariff situation. But yeah, it was dramatically lower than expected. Other numbers were good. GDP deflator. So this is more like spending on investments and government spending and so on. So it's actually up. So personal income is up, personal spending is up. Now this is where we get into PCE prices core. So personal consumer expenditures, the prior was 0.5%, expected was 0.1, and then the actual was 0. So which is good. So it's like
Perfect.
It's not that bad. So then we get into like, I checked this, but I didn't check the news, and that was my fallacy today. So what happened was, so the dip was like started hard. It dipped hard at like 10 a.m. Eastern, and I guess, see, look at the 10:22. I checked around. I guess I checked 3 hours later. I checked the news. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think anything of it. So they have. So they. I guess the thumbnail when I clicked on this is they had Jerome Powell, and it says Jerome Powell is in a like a predicament with stagflation as he faces contraction in GDP and inflation, which is bad. It's a recession plus inflation, a stagflation. It's very difficult. Bad economic situation you don't want to be in. But so where are they getting this elevated inflation from? Because I was like, this is pretty cool, right? This is better than expected. So where are they getting this elevated, information, inflation information from? So it turned out that they're saying inflation during the first quarter also clocked hotter than expected. The core personal consumption expenditures, which excludes food and energy, grew by 3.5% in the first quarter. I'm like, wait a minute. The month over month was just better than expected. So they're comparing first quarter to fourth quarter of last year, and they're saying inflation is growing. I mean, well, that is kind of obvious, right? Because people were buying in the first quarter, January, February, March. People were like, let me buy stuff now because the prices might go up in the future. So when there's high demand, January, February, there's high demand, you're not going to see prices going down. This stuff, people have, retailers and wholesalers, everybody have no incentive to lower prices, and so on. So because everybody's buying, it's like why not as well raise prices like a couple percentage points because people are going to buy anyway. So good old media sent out this information, and rather than say, okay, this is pretty good, they sent out information saying this is bad, and they managed to tank the markets. Which for folks like us, if you're trading, I guess it's pretty good, if you want to buy those dips. When I saw that, I was like, damn, it's like Kaspa's down to 8 cents again. And I just went and bought it. It was 3 hours late. I got it at 8.8 cents when I think it went down. The bottom for the day was like 8.3 cents. So I was like, I'm gonna just throw in another $50. But yeah, I mean that's craziness. Now, in regards to what's going to be happening, I mean, I think we're going to get some really massive pumps very soon. I mean, it could be wrong, could go back down. We could get more news like this tomorrow or the weekend or whatever. I know this crazy news comes out on the weekend a lot recently in the recent couple of months, but so yeah, it could go back down, but it probably won't. My betting odds are going on to the fact that it's really not going to go down much this point forward. I think we've seen the bottom. The bottom is behind us, right? The next time we see bottoms, like we saw the last couple of months, it's going to happen again. It's going to be after the entire bull run cycle is over. Because this is not going to happen again. Unless there's like some crazy black swan event, like China decides to invade Taiwan. There's there's no way we're going to see those type of bottoms for the rest of this bull run. That's in my opinion. Now it could dip a little bit. You could see you can see Bitcoin go down, a few, 3 or 4%, whatever, like we did today and stuff. Maybe, maybe get a 10% drop. Like I doubt it's gonna go down. I think we're straight up from here. Now here's some more funny information. I found this really funny. So the title of this when I clicked on it was these changes, because this is live, so it updates. So it was like, Trump says that the children can have two dolls. So that's clickbait, right? Trump says that the children can have 2 dolls. I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? So I look into the article and it says, somebody said, oh, this is Trump talking. Somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open, right? Said Trump in a cabinet meeting. Well, maybe we'll have maybe children will have 2 dolls instead of 30, right? That's crazy. Well, maybe children have 2 dolls instead of 30, and maybe those 2 dolls will cost a couple bucks more than they would normally. Yeah. All right, he makes a good point. It's kind of funny, but he makes a good point. These people spending too much, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily a laughing matter, because we're going to see job losses, and we don't want people losing their jobs. So I'm hoping he makes some really good deals soon, and I hope Jerome Powell is going to be, cutting those interest rates, because we'll see what happens with the inflation. Hopefully, the media doesn't spin it like really crazy. What's going on? What's up, Brian? Yeah. Yeah, I was like, bring on those bulls. Yeah. Yeah, those. I was like, oh, man. Yeah, because things are bullish from this point on, from this point forward. I mean, we're just going to go up. I think we're just going to keep going up for a couple months. So, speaking of that, in my community, things have been doing good. I've been taking profits. We've been taking profits. Community members, hopefully we're all becoming richer. I've been taking profits on virtuals. It was virtuals, and Pengu has been pumping a lot recently. So yeah, it's some really, really good pumps. And I've been cashing out. And I don't know if it goes down with some crazy news like today, it didn't go down enough for me to want to buy back in. I still hold some virtuals and some Pengu, Pudgy Penguins. But yeah, if it goes back down, I'll buy some more. If not, I'll just it'll keep going up, and I'll keep taking profits. Just cash out 10% at a time. Keep cashing out. Maybe I think the last time I cashed out, I think on virtuals it was I think it was 916 million, the market cap. Go back to it right here. So it was 922. So yeah, look at those pumps, man. Next time I cash out, probably like over $1 billion, which is probably going to come very soon, maybe 1.1 billion. Other pumps. This is my long-time favorite play for about a year now, or something like that, almost a year. I got a ton of the mother token. So, yeah, the 7 days, I was like, out of all the coins in my community, in my portfolio, in my community, there's tons of them because we track a lot of them, and all the software we got makes it easy to track them. And this was like the best 7-day performer. It was just recovering, regaining lost ground. It was like a 3 million market cap during this tariff season that we had, all these dumps, this bearish cycle that we were just coming out of. Mother token, yes. Still crazy cheap at a 14 million market cap. Iggy Azalea's token, probably the only celebrity token I would buy into, and she's very active, pumping her heart. She's got 8 million followers. It has a ton of centralized exchanges, so it's not your average celebrity token. So pretty good play. Other than that, what's the total crypto market cap? What we got going on here? What's this today? Yeah, total crypto. Yeah, it's just. I see it went down, and just like that candle down today, came back up. Yeah, yeah, same thing. This is today. Boom, and then it's like it's just sideways. Yeah. So the past week or so, we've got some good support and good resistance levels, keeping us in place. The media brought us down a little bit today, but we're just right back up. So that's some good news. Total crypto market cap excluding top 10. So yeah, it's doing good. So yeah, a lot of this bullish news. I was collecting a bunch of articles. Boy, let's fucking go. Yeah. So we got going on. So Bitcoin flips Alphabet to become the 5th largest asset in the world. Yeah, that's yeah, all bullish news. Yeah, it's like one thing after another. I'm just looking through. I don't have enough. It's just like in just like a few hours worth of news, you just find stuff that's like crazy. All right, this is bad. All right, this is bad. So the Attorney General. So this is Oregon's coming for Coinbase. The Attorney General says there's 31 tokens on the unregistered that are on the platform that are unregistered securities. You know, that's nuts, man. This just reminds me of New York. You know, in New York, even if I put my Alabama address and I go on to, like a couple weeks ago for the first time I registered on Pionex, which is, what is this? It's a tier 1 exchange. It's very big in terms of volume. Very, very big. And I have to turn on a VPN and put my VPN on. Like, you know, like when I turn on a VPN to make believe I'm in another country, to go into like XD and LBank. I actually, in order to use Pionex, I can log in, but then it'll tell me about my location. So I gotta turn on a VPN and say I'm in New Jersey. Right, even though like the address on my Pionex account is Alabama. It's just nuts. And then it's like Oregon is another one of the stupid states, probably like California. New York is the worst though. I mean, like, what is it? I haven't used to know. I'm gonna punch these guys in the balls. Yeah, that's what they deserve it. I don't know what they're thinking. Some of these people, like the strategic Bitcoin reserve on the state level didn't pass in Arizona recently. It's like these people don't know what the hell they're doing. But my next tab here. So it did pass in Arizona. So it didn't pass in Oklahoma, but it did pass in Arizona. So very, very good news. Like I said, a lot of bullishness. What else we got going on? Market calendars. Yeah, this is another thing. So when it comes to got my soup. I told you I was sick. All right, I'll have that in a second. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on. Yeah, when it comes to what things dipping, one of the things that might dip is Sui. I had a very, very small bag, like under a couple $100 I sold last week. Made a little bit of profit, and there could be a little bit of a dip starting the first week of May just because of these unlocks. I don't think it's going to be too much, but yeah, it could be. So if anything is going to dip, it'll probably be Sui. You know, if the rest of the market doesn't, so just because of this, so look out for that. You might want to take your profits, but just consider things wisely. I don't have any Sui. I mean, I like I said, sold it last week, a couple $100. I'll buy back in with dips. So that's because it's, you know, it's a good play. What else we got going on? Crypto trading is getting bigger. Yeah, so Indonesia welcomes 1,444 cryptocurrencies to its trading markets. So yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
it's like nonstop bullish news. Nonstop bullish news. Crazy, crazy nonstop bullish. Yeah, Grayscale. Yeah, freaking Grayscale. Ask SEC for green light to stake Ethereum. Trust the ETF. So yeah, Grayscale. Grayscale, the ones that are like you know, these guys were you know, playing us for fools. I made a couple of videos about that. They took Kaspa off of the consideration list. They put it back on, and then like 12 hours later, they took it off again. Speaking of which, let's just go there right now. That's just under consideration. Let's see what it looks like today. No, it's not there. Not there. And do they still have Mantra? Mantra. Yeah. Yeah, you see the rug pull Mantra. It's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they can move markets, right? So gotta hand it to them. But some of these tokens I got here are really strange. Like I pointed out Zcash. I was like, well, what the hell is this even doing here? But anyways, that's that. Still bullish news. And pushing crypto, which is good for all of us, right? So crypto volume is now bigger than credit card volume. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
I talked about that in my last video, I think, right? Yeah. All this good stuff, yeah. So Monero is funny. Jumps 28% after 330 million in Bitcoin was stolen. Yeah, it's crazy. That is like really, really crazy. But yeah. You gotta really be careful with your coins, man. And this one, this is less than 165 hours, right? So Kaspa Crescendo hard fork is countdown, right? So yeah, I mean, we're getting there, right? We're getting there, totally. Yeah, it's like, this is just awesome. I'm just gonna celebrate this day. Cinco de Mayo, right? A lot of people in the U.S. know about that. It's, you know, more Mexican related, but yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo. People get an excuse to go out drinking. But yeah, it's gonna be a good Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Yeah.
Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless.
I'm dead serious. Hit that like button. I found a new meme for you. I'm gonna I'll bitch slap you. Look, you guys remember this movie? No, that's a slap. I'll track you down and I'll do that to you. What else we got? Oh yeah, my collection of memes on Instagram says your job as a trader is to find the best trades, not to trade every day, if you understand this, which is true. I mean, sometimes you can go a few days or whatever without a trade. Like I'm constantly looking for things like, what do I trade? What can I buy? What can I sell? And so on. I think the next couple of months there's going to be a lot of sell days. These last few months have been a lot of days of buying. But there's going to be a lot of selling the next couple of months. I'm looking forward to it. Click the link in the description below, Crypto Rich, if you want to follow my trades, you want to join my community. Definitely. We're making tons and tons of money. market dips, and bro says we need to buy one more dip. This is the fifth. This is the fifth dip we bought this week. Yeah, this is so true. And this is how it was these last few months, man. It's been nuts. Another dip today. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So we've been feeling it, but it's gonna pay off. And man, it's totally gonna pay off. Yeah, he was lucky. Yeah, successful trader. Constant losses, sacrifices, years of hard work and patience, and yeah. Oh man, crazy stuff. Imagine working 9 to 5 for 50 years, then the Fed prints 40% of the total money supply, and inflates away 20 years of your work. Yeah, it's nuts. The only way to get around that is to buy crypto, man. Yeah, hell yeah. Your market right now. Yeah, as I was just saying. I was like, look at the way it just, he's like, we got this dip, but it's back up. It's just, it's like, yeah, it's like really strong, really strong right now. Really strong. Yeah, speaking of, whatchamacallit? There was another coin. Do I have it open? Yeah. Yeah, this coin right here. This is crazy. The pumps with this coin. So let's go to deck screener. So yeah, we found this in my community. It was sitting there from like the beginning of April when it was like a 6 million market cap. And it was something in the way the APIs were communicating that it didn't produce the subsequent results to let us know that this thing is going to be looking good. So it was unfortunate. Yeah, it's one of those things. That's what I'm saying, where my community has software that finds coins and lets us know about these awesome coins to buy. So found it back here. I didn't catch it. We caught the error. What was going on? We caught it. So we found it back here. It's fucking crazy, dude. We caught the error over here. And then I was like, okay. I looked into it. I'm like, this is a really good coin. But it already pumped. So I'm like, I'm just gonna throw in $10. Right? And that was just yesterday. And then since yesterday it doubled. So I'm like, this is the pain from that other meme I was talking about, man. It's like, number one, the way the systems are communicating, and then, we actually had it sitting there in this channel for over a month, and then, I could have put in more, but I was like, it already pumped. It's not going to pump anymore, but it pumped. But it goes to show you, this is a damn good play, because you have to think that there was a dip today, and this coin completely ignored that dip and just started shooting straight up. So I think that so right now we're at 106 million market cap. This is probably going to be a good one. It's probably going to do another 5x. This run up, this run up that's about to begin and get started is probably going to do another 5x. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's part of the pain you got to go through sometimes, man. But we're making a killing. We're finding like tons and tons of coins, and we're taking profits. We're making a killing. Like I said, if you want to be a part of it, don't be sitting around I know in some communities, man, I'm like I was having this conversation today in one of the channels in my community. Like some of my, I mean, a lot of communities, even paid communities, where they were hardly putting out buy alerts for during these last 3 months when it's the perfect time to buy. You know, so they don't rarely put out sell alerts as if they're waiting for like the very end of the bull cycle. It's like you got to take profits, man. You got to have a plan. You got to plan things out. You can't treat every token the same way. Some of them are different. You know, some of them you got to consider they might not last beyond the next run up. Like right now, you know, might not last to the end of the bull run. Yeah, are you going to cash them out? Or others are really, really strong. You're going to cash out small amounts and buy back in. And you end up with more money in the long run rather than just sitting around and waiting. You buy 10 or 20 coins and you wait till the end of the bull run. Maybe half of them have died out by the time you get to the end of the bull run. And the others probably do pretty good. So you make up for it, but still, I mean, yeah, you're making money, but you gotta look at the bigger picture. You could end up with more money if you just trade correctly. So link in the description below. Join my community, be a part of the action. Crypto Rich, it's a Discord. You click on the WAP link. Anyways, I'm gonna have my soup before it gets cold. I will catch you guys laters.